Hello, welcome back to the D-Gen Bowl series. We are bringing you game number 10 of this series, and that brings us to Wednesday night for the Lockheed Martin Armed Forces Bowl, coming to you from Amon G. Carter Stadium, the home of the TCU Bullfrogs, Horned Toads, I don't know, whatever they're called, in Fort Worth, Texas. The Army Black Knights take on the Tigers of Missouri. Right now, Army is 6.5-point favorites. The over-under currently set at 54.5. A lot to talk about here because some things have happened since this game, this line opened up. What do you think here?
Yeah, so I was very heavy on Army when I saw the bowl slate release. This was one of the games that I circled. You and I were able to speak offline about Missouri having a bottom 10 run defense. And with the announcement that I think it's Tyler Batty, or Batty, I know is his last name, is sitting this one out, getting ready for the draft. I love Army minus 6.5 tonight. Already placed the bet. It's already in. There's nothing to think about. Trust the gut. Go with the numbers. Army runs the score up on them.
Yeah, so looking at this game, especially with Batty Beatty, whatever you want to call him, out, he is such a massive part of everything that Missouri offense does. Like it almost seems crazy that they can do anything without him. Recently, Brady Cook was named the starter at quarterback for Missouri, who has 30 career passing attempts for Missouri, or at the Division I level in general. So a lot of young talent is going to be what the Tigers are going to be counting on. So, yeah, when you talk about Tyler Batty, I'm not entirely sure his name either. That Missouri offense, he was responsible for 18 of Missouri's touchdowns this year. The next closest on that team was Daniel Parker, who is their tight end, and he scored 3. 18 touchdowns. The second closest on that team was 3. And that guy's not playing?
That's a crazy stat.
Which is why I believe this line moves so drastically over the course of this week. And I agree with you. Missouri has given up 226 yards on the ground to teams who don't run the ball 85% of the time. 85% of the time, Army's on the ground. There's about 7 different players who are over 500 yards rushing on that team. Yeah, I'm with you there. Army is 3-0 in the Armed Services Bowl. To me, it seems like a no-brainer. The money, I actually just looked at, where was that?
It's got to be heavy on Army.
It's not heavy, but it is. Missouri taking 56% of the cash, Army taking 69% of the tickets, which is concerning. But I do believe that's a lot of people looking at an SEC team versus a service academy team. If I'm being honest, I feel like that's where that comes from. So I'm not super worried about that. Army looking to make it 4-0 in this bowl game. Everything about it just screams Army to cover 7 at least.
Yeah, and with the thought process and everything we've talked about, it just does. It screams Army, and
Yep.
I go down, but there's nothing that is even remotely wanting me to take Missouri. Like there's nothing inside of it that says, which probably means you should take Missouri, but
yeah, maybe.
Yeah. But this is one, I've had a pretty good grip on bowl season so far. I feel like it continues tonight. We haven't lost when we've had the like-minded mindset going in. The only things that we've lost is when the other one has won. So when we are together, we are undefeated in this bowl season so far, and I do not expect that to go down tonight.
I do not either. I liked it a lot more when Army was favored by 2 or 3.
think it'll.
But even at I've seen 7 in some places, but 6.5 roughly everywhere else. But yeah, Army minus the points. If I had to guess, given the state of the Missouri offense, I would also take the under at 54.5. But
yeah, and the way Army likes to chew clock, I would have no objections to the under either. I mean, especially if they get a lead, they're just going to grind out 8-minute drives on the ground on them.
yeah, 85% of the time they run the ball. This game is going to move quick. Like it's for those of you football fans out there, this is the only football game we get tonight, and it's going to be over pretty fast. So
I tweeted it earlier. I'm sad that there's only one football game on today, but I'm also grateful that there's a football game on today.
yeah, that's all we needed. All we need is one, because we've got a lot more coming up. So give your brain a little bit of rest, take Army minus the points, and we will see you guys tomorrow.